Yeah, baby. 1-800-449-8255. It's the Shark-a-Lama Ding Dong Show. Clark the Shark, the extraordinary, uh, exemplifying Clark the Shark Show. Spirit. Now, here is an incredible band, you guys. Lots of great songs. A lot of tragedy, too, here about this band. Little disclaimer before I start. Remember my deal. If you find mistakes, you have to email me at clahagin@aol.com, and I will PayPal you 53 cents. If you can find the intentional, often sharky mistake in each video, it's like Find Waldo. They are carefully placed, mostly intentional, but sometimes just going too fast and rambling, and a mistake will pop out. It's really weird. I'll go back and watch the video and be like, holy shit, what did I just say? It's like subliminal, you guys, like the Matrix, like a glitch or something. It's so weird, you guys. When you did something when you were really drunk and you don't remember doing it, and then they play you back the video and you're like, I did that. I jumped into the swimming pool with an electric guitar turned on, and some guys all, yeah, bro, and you're lucky I unplugged the amp. That's the Clark the Shark Show. And remember also, if there is a glitch in the Matrix, you really did intend to do it, or maybe it did it to you, but you survived or something like that here on Spirit Radio. The Clark the Shark Show, where if you're not totally satisfied with my show, I'll give you 13% of your shark back, but I'm keeping like 87% for myself now. This is a new thing I have to do. I have to conserve on Sharky because I'm giving away too much, baby, and too many secrets here on the Clark the Shark Show. And also, if you think anything bad about Shark, remember, I will sue you. You're not allowed to think. Definitely, you're not allowed to say anything bad about me. And not only will I sue you and try to get you incarcerated, but I will go back to 2004 and I will examine your loans. And I will make sure that you crossed all your T's, dotted all your I's from 2003. I'll make sure you did your loan correctly and that you weren't lying way back in 2002. I'll dig up things from 1998, like your old girlfriend, and we will get her to say bad things about you here on the Clark the Shark Show. Your girlfriend from 1997. See, we're going back to find skeletons in your backyard. But, Spirit, not a lot of skeletons here. This is weird, you guys, because the song Taurus from this album really is Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven. I mean, if you can't like just plainly see and hear that here on the Clark the Shark Show, you must be deaf. And Spirit knew that if they sued Zeppelin in a British court, they would have won for sure. You know how you just make the guy with the wig laugh over there and you win? Well, Spirit might have tried to sue Zeppelin in an American court, and that was their big mistake. I'm not 100% sure, so don't email me about that and expect a Sharky snack. because I won't send you $1.07 via PayPal. And I know the PayPal fees are really steep now. So I will actually make you pay for the fee at PayPal, which means you'll owe me money when I make a mistake. So be careful. If I make mistakes, it could hurt you out there here on the Clark the Shark Show. And I'll get your girlfriend from 1993 to say that you raped her repeatedly. And I'll also dig up your mortgage from 1989 and see if you overstated your income, or in some cases understated your income. And then I'll drag you into court and sue you for anything that you did back in 1978. And the media like CNN will back me up, because like Clark the Shark is liberal now. I'm no longer Republican or conservative. I've joined the liberals, the Democrats, which means I've joined the U.S. court system, and I will prosecute you myself with no witnesses and no evidence. But the funny part about Spirit and Stairway to Heaven is Spirit had witnesses, evidence. They couldn't have had more, baby. I mean, Zeppelin must have had some incredible lawyers, because there is no difference between Taurus by Spirit and Stairway to Heaven, you guys. It's indiscernible. It is the same song, or at least the whole song Stairway to Heaven comes from the feeling, you know, just the little progression in Taurus. I'm not kidding you guys. But then again, you could all say it all goes back to Little Richard and Chuck Berry, and you know, all these guys could sue the Who and the Stones and the Beatles and Zeppelin and, you know, Buddy Holly and Fats Domino, Chubby Checker, Chevy Checker, or Chevy Chase, or whatever his name was. He could probably sue Spirit and win. Look at Spirit. Their face is so chopped up here. It's like not even one person. It took 6 guys, or, you know, 5 guys to make one guy. With this incredible album, this is the most incredible band that ever existed, you guys. They were magical, and everything they did was way ahead of its time. And the song 1984 is not on this album. This debut album released January 22, 1968. 1984, the song, I think it's from 1970, you guys. I think it goes with the album Clear. It could have or should have been on that album, maybe, I don't know. But that song is so far ahead of its time that it sounds like a song from 1983. I'm not even kidding. Maybe not 1984, or maybe 1984, or maybe music should have sounded like Spirit, at least the song 1984. It's so far ahead of its time, that song, that, and then the guitar solo, the guitar ideas, not just in that song, but all over the Spirit catalog, you guys. Just their guitar tones and everything they do, you could tell every band was checking out Spirit, especially Zeppelin, but maybe also the Who, the Stones, the Beatles, Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, dude, you name it. Arthur Lee and Love, the Kinks, everybody was into Spirit, you guys. You name the band. Paul Revere and the Raiders, I don't care who, the Doors. This band, Spirit, had something magical, ahead of its time, ahead of the curve. You name it, baby. Spirit had it, and this first album shows it. And then their next albums, plural, they all show it. Now, if ever there was a band that was too good for its own good, it was Spirit, you guys. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255 from the fabulous golden EIB sharkraphone, not a microphone, you guys. For mere mortal men in 2023 don't even know who Spirit is. I bet you there's only 23 people left on the planet. The planet, not the planted. Granted, you guys, I'm one of the chosen few left that knows about Spirit. I mean, really knows this band. I'm sure there's people who know about all these songs and everything, but this band was the leader of every band back in the day, you guys. And Lou Adler, he knew it. You know, a bunch of people back in the day knew this was a genius band. And if these guys ever struggled, you know, to sell records or whatever, it's because their music was too good, too far ahead of its time, too much knowledge packed into songs. I mean, there's just too much going on under the hood with this band Spirit, you guys, right here on the fabulous, amazing, identifiable Clark the Shark Show. This is one hell of a band, you guys. And yes, had Spirit sued Zeppelin over in Europe, and they still could now. I'm just giving you guys some advice, Spirit. Go over to Europe, maybe the World Court at The Hague, and sue Zeppelin. You might win. Those liberals or whatever they are, those EU pansies, believe me, they will just bow down and, you know, and dude, anyone would want to soak Jimmy Page for money or Robert Plant, you know. So yeah, you got an easy slam dunk win either in the UK or over in the EU, the Hague, Spirit. But if you sue these guys in New York City, these liberals here will go the other way, or LA, or anywhere in California or America. You're going to lose, especially to Zeppelin. I mean, you could try Australia, New Zealand, anywhere the Brits, you know, maybe not Canada, but whatever was once a British Commonwealth or related to that. Yeah, dude, Spirit, you need to sue in those courts. You just judge shopped and court shopped to the wrong judges and the wrong courts. But you had the right idea, Spirit. That song, Taurus, is Zeppelin. There's no doubt in the mind of Clark the Shark. And I think everyone, it's not the whole song, Stairway to Heaven, just little bits. Now, me, too, yours truly, Clark the Shark, I could probably get sued. And I've been threatened over maybe like at least 3 or 4 of my songs. You know, the thing with Ted Nugent and Ben is Dead. That was real, you guys, where I literally had to take that song down off the internet, not because of the controversial lyrics, too. A lot of people are in shock about that. But like, because that song sounds so much like Journey to the Center of Your Mind by the Amboy Dukes. And I was like, wow, I thought I was paying homage or like a tribute, like a parody. I thought I was being funny or something. And they weren't laughing, like Ted and his lawyers and the other guys in the Amboy Dukes. It wasn't just Ted Nugent. But yeah, dude. Someday, though, you know, I hope to get bigger or something before I'm 70. And maybe, just maybe, I can put that song back online. I doubt it, though. Once these lawyers dig in and they're staring at you, you're pretty much screwed right here on the fabulous, unbelievable Clark the Shark Show, where you get hard-hitting insights, political commentary, and views on molecular biology. You get it all here, baby, on the Clark the Shark Show. I'm not kidding. It's fucking awesome. And that's why you come here. But today, you're learning about Spirit. I should say tonight at 6:35. I should be out driving for Uber right now, you guys, but I'm here doing a review about the 1968 debut album by Spirit that was Stairway to Heaven by Zeppelin was literally lifted from this album. And there's further evidence because Zeppelin actually played, I think it was 1 or 2 Spirit songs as they toured with Spirit back in, I think it was 68 or 69. I don't think it was 1970. By then, Zeppelin was huge. But in 69, Zeppelin was, an opening act for like The Who and getting blown off the stage by The Who, and probably getting blown off the stage also by Spirit, you guys, because this band's incredible. And if you're going to rip off songs, I would recommend stealing from Spirit, because no one's even going to know it, because their songs are so incredibly genius and ahead of their time. No one will even know what you're doing. And sure enough, true to form, that's what happened here. Zeppelin kind of knew that. They lifted the intro to Stairway to Heaven, figuring no one would ever see it or know it. But, Spirit knew it. And, their lawyers and managers and all that knew it too, right here on the amazing Clark the Shark show. But, yeah, man, this is a weird band. They got the bald guy in the band that's like way older than the rest of the band, you guys. He's like 50 back in the day. And he was just this creepy spectacle himself. He looked like way ahead of his time. Like, he looked like something from the late 1980s in the 60s or something, the bald guy. Just this whole band, though, it's everybody in this band has a special little thing going on. I mean, you talk about bands that are severe genius and to their own detriment, because they literally can't keep up with their own genius. It would be this band, Spirit. Now, you're going to hear these guys on DirecTV 8 tracks and, the oldies radios at a Time Warner cable, or if you got those and late at night, listen to them. You guys are going to hear Uncle Jack and all these fucking killer songs. 1984, all this shit by Spirit. That's just awesome. These guys kind of remind me a little of that band, The Nazz, with Todd Rundgren. Not really, but kind of. It's the same vibe. This could only get 5 stars, you guys. I don't care what the stars say. Oh, it gets 4.5. Well, All Music gave it 4.5, and the Encyclopedia of Pop Music gave it 4. Rolling Stone, come on, Rolling Stone. They would have given this a 5. But side 1, you guys, Fresh Garbage, I think, is the song by Jay Ferguson that, Spirit was saying Zeppelin was playing that song. So, and it sounds a little like a Zepp kind of idea, but of course this is way before Zepp. And, dude, it's just too coincidental that Zeppelin's playing with Spirit, you guys. I don't mean to beat the dead horse here about this, but and they're also playing the song Fresh Garbage, and then they heard this song Taurus, because Spirit was playing it. But, Fresh Garbage, if Zepp was playing that, come on, that's a dead giveaway. Something's wrong. Uncle Jack, of course, awesome. Incredible, by Ferguson. And Mechanical World, oh my god, dude, what a song. Dude, Mechanical World, Mark Andes and Ferguson. Now, Taurus by Randy California is the controversial song, but I would say when you're playing with a band like Spirit, even if you're a guy like me, Clark the Shark, you can't resist lifting and stealing ideas from this incredible band. And, Randy California, he's, I think, not the original guy to start bitching and whining about Taurus and Stairway to Heaven, you guys. I think Spirit's attorneys, publicists, agents and management were saying this way back, you guys, in like 1970, 71, 72. And I think Randy California was like, really, man, you think so? And then he finally came around and was like, yeah, dude, that's my song. And tragically, he died, you guys, at a young age. He was rescuing, I think, his son out in the water in Hawaii, and he drowned. It's really sad. Um, some people are like, don't mess with Jimmy Page. He's Satan, and look what he did. And I hope not, you guys. Girl in Your Eye, Ferguson. I mean, every single song, Straight Arrow, every song on side one is rock and roll, classic rock, but weird with a weird twist. Post psychedelia, kind of psychedelic, but no, too mature and advanced to really be labeled proper psychedelia. This is atmospheric, melodic, involved, intelligent, classic rock, you guys. Maybe the first of its kind. Who knows? But every single song on side one is incredible. And, Ferguson's the main guy on this album. It's not Randy California. He does quite a bit later on with Spirit. But, but of course, because he's the guy with Taurus, he becomes right to the forefront, And side two, is good. Not as good as side one. Topanga Windows, Ferguson. You guys all know that song's killer. And Gramophone Man, Ferguson and John Locke. One thing you'll notice about these songs is they're very intricate, involved in themselves, you guys. And, California chimes in too on that. And Water Woman, Ferguson, he's the guy here, you guys. The great Canyon Fire in general. Elijah. And of course, Elijah, the long drawn out track. But these songs are beyond atmospheric, melodic, super well played. It's almost like prog rock, you guys. It's from 1968, but this sounds like music from 1972. Not really, but yes. If there were still bands in 1972 and 1973 making involved, intricate, really self-absorbed in a good way music, they might sound maybe half as good as this album from much before them in 1968. Spirit, you guys. Probably Clark the Shark, Me from the Greenhouse Effect GE. This is, I know I say this a lot about every band, but this has to be one of my favorite bands, if not my absolute favorite band, you guys. And I feel bad for them. The thing with Taurus and, I know Zeppelin, I know Jimmy Page steals shit all the time. Like on Zeppelin 1 and 2, it just basically trad our, traditional arrangement, paying homage, blues shit. Now, Zeppelin are incredible musicians. John Bonham, he could drum with the Yellow Pages and make it incredible, you guys. And I don't even think anyone can hear John Paul Jones, great and incredible as he is. But if you have Jimmy Page and John Bonham playing, that just automatically sounds good no matter who's singing or what. And, you give them some pre-organized riffage like they had on Zepp 1, all the traditional arrangement, blues stuff. That's one thing. You could make a fucking multi-platinum album with guys like Page and Bonham. But if you throw in a pretty good singer like Robert Plant, who was a great singer on Led Zeppelin 1 and 2, shit, dude, you're going to go to another level. But if you give Zeppelin an incredible idea, whether it's the intro or whatever, from a band like Spirit, because Spirit doesn't have the super rock and roll abilities or the means or ways to translate them the way that Led Zeppelin does. Take it or leave it, you guys. Spirit's an incredible band for guys like me, Clark the Shark, but for a bigger audience, for a pop audience, who knows? They got maybe the occasional hit song, but they don't reach out explosively like Led Zeppelin does. I'm sorry, it's just true. So what I'm saying is, if you take an idea like Taurus and you give it to Led Zeppelin, dude, and then Zeppelin knows how to run with it and work with that, oh, baby. Zeppelin's going to take Led Zeppelin 1, 2, and 3 and go to rock and roll heaven beyond. And that's what they did, you guys. They took that idea from Taurus by Spirit. And I don't mean to harp on this issue for the whole entire review, but it's true, you guys. I want to talk about Spirit and what a great melodic, great songwriting band this was, you guys. And, man, what a band. Uncle Jack, what a song. All these songs on this album, incredible. If, like I said before, I got to repeat it, even if it's ad nauseum. This band was too good for its own good. Too many great genius ideas. Too much going on in the brain of this band. If they could have just mellowed out and wrote some fucking shitty blues songs like Zeppelin, they would have been a lot bigger, you guys. Or maybe if they could have done an album like Live at Leeds by The Who or something like that. But because believe you me, Spirit blows away The Who in the studio. But then again, they blow away the Stones and everybody. But they probably can't really compete with the likes of Zeppelin and the Beatles, up there in that class. Who knows, though? I could be wrong. Maybe they could have, and maybe they can and did. And me, Clark the Shark, I don't even know it. But yeah, you guys, an incredible band, Spirit. Way ahead of its time, you guys. These guys are like the 1980s back in the 60s. I'm not even kidding. And yet, then again, no. They're just a really, really, really good, advanced sounding 1960s band. And I want you to buy this debut album from January 1968 at Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, wherever you can buy music, you guys. And if you're only 19 years old, right here in December 2023, you are the person that I, Clark the Shark, I want you to go buy some Spirit. If you're 18 and you're born in 2005, get into Spirit, learn about all the guys, Jay Ferguson, of course, Randy California. Learn about the band, you guys, and buy the music. It's important. And then once you kind of learn about what happened with Zeppelin, you're going to agree and almost feel like, yeah, hey, Page and Plant, you guys ought to just give these guys money. Forget the lawsuit. We're talking not even an out-of-court settlement. And I'll bet you behind the scenes, Jimmy Page has been sending everyone in the Spirit family monies, you guys. I'm not kidding. I'll bet you he has, because even Jimmy Page, come on, dude. He's got more class than that. Him and Plant, probably, when Randy California died, who knows? We'll never know for sure, but I hope they paid for shit or something, you guys. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255 from the fabulous golden EIB Sharkerphone. It's not a microphone, given to me by Dick Clark back in the early 70s, you guys. Spirit were way before me, though, you guys. All these geniuses in this band. And I need you to buy this music and get into this band. Play their songs. Don't just play it once. I want you to play all their albums over and over and really learn about Spirit. Very important band, a formula band for the history of rock and roll, you guys. In some weird, twisted way, more important than the Stones, Zeppelin, and the Who, and the Beatles. Don't ask me how or why, but this band Spirit is... once you start listening to them, you're going to agree and be like, wow, these guys were incredible, especially this album, 1968 Spirit debut album. Of course, you're going to check out the one Clear. Dude, everything, dude. Psychedelic jazz, rock, folk, but none of that. Something besides that, you guys, because they are extreme storytellers and beyond. Way beyond genius, Spirit. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show. And I think you just got the only review you'll ever need or that you'll ever want of this atmospheric, melodic, textured, very involved album. Not garage rock at all, you guys. This is produced, maybe overproduced in a good way, music by Spirit. And I want you to buy it. And I'm out of here, people. Peace.